All right, y'all, let me vibe out for a second, you know what I mean? Before I start talking about these fucking weed plates and shit. Listen, man, I ain't gotta listen to your bullshit album, man. If people are making better music elsewhere, I'll just go listen to that shit. I mean, what happened to music just being decent? You know what I'm saying? This isn't the craziest song ever. At least it gets you moving a little bit. You know what I mean? This shit's been so fucking weak, man. Amapiano. Alright, enough of that shit. Now, let's talk about the battle of the weed plates. Okay. I love this beat, actually. This beat's fire. One of the few Migos records I actually kind of, I guess I could listen to. I think this is one of their stronger songs, period. Easy. So, Quavo. I got some notes here. This new album, Rocket Power, is a weed plate. It's trash. Now, am I surprised it's trash? No, because I don't think Quavo has anything to talk about. I don't even think he has much talent, if I'm being deathly real with you. I don't know what Quavo's talent really is. He's a look. He's part of a boy band, aka the Migos, and all they did was over and over again. It was a style for a second. He ain't got nothing to talk about, right? And it's not even that they have anything to talk about, like content-wise, but stylistically, they also have nothing to really put forth. They're not stylistic geniuses or people that you'd be like, yo, that beat, like the beats they rap on are so cutting edge, or they're, you know what I'm saying? They don't even have great style. They're just mediocre. And, you know, mediocre shit will pop off, of course. But in the long run, nobody's gonna give a shit. And that's why, honestly, despite Migos being dick-ridden in the media and all that stuff, the greatest, you know, hit since the Beatles, they're sliding and, you know, slowly and slowly. Or I don't even know if it's that slow, but they're pretty much irrelevant at this point. And Quavo is only helping them towards irrelevance by this very mediocre album. Now, let's see. I will say that of the songs that I heard, none of them I'll ever play on my own. But let's say, for example, a couple of these were out when they, you know, if I'm outside and they played them somewhere, I mean, I wouldn't run. I'd probably go to the bar and get a drink or something. Yeah, it's not good, man. I don't think any of the stuff is good. I think obviously Quavo is trying to use the Takeoff death, which is, I'm sure he, you know, he understands that his fans want him to talk about Takeoff and all that stuff, and I get it. But again, it's like when I listen to Hold Me, I'm just sitting there going like, this song's boring. It's just like, there's no real perspective that Quavo has on this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just watched your boy got murked over some shit that you were involved in. Like, what's your take on this shit? Like, you know what I mean? And I know it's like probably, again, there might be legal shit and stuff like that, but you would expect someone to have a little bit more emotion than just, I'm sad. Like, who's this for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really? So that shit's trash to me. The two songs that I think are, if you really want to check this tape out, Where Can I Start and 1111. But it's a weed play. I mean, at the end of the day, both of those songs, they're not really constructed well enough to really, really stand out. There's like some little things in there where you're like, okay, like the beat is alright-ish. It's, no, again, it's not all the way there. It's not fully formed. And I got the sense that when I was listening to this 18-track album or whatever, 19-track, which I've told you before, once I start to see them high numbers and them track lists, I know I'm starting to listen to some garbage. So the point is, these beats that have all these YouTube vibe to me, it's like, you know, if I was to type in like Migos beat, right? Like, it's almost like Quavo did that shit. Just went on YouTube, typed in Migos beat, and just spit on the first 18 he came across. There's no real development. It's not really catered to him. They're just there. So, I'm sorry. I was bored by this. Now, moving on. Let's talk about Giggs. Giggs also has dropped a weed plate. Maybe a slightly more elegant English weed plate. but a weed plate nonetheless. I like Gigs. I love his verse on KMT. I've said that he's the best British rapper I've ever heard in terms of the vocal tone. I still stand by that for the most part. I'm sorry, the bar is kind of low for me when it comes to British rappers. I haven't really heard a British rapper that has really wowed me in the grand scheme of things. I don't know what it is. It's a mix of that vocal tone, the accent, and then the beats. To be honest with you, I've heard little things here and there. I think I talked about this in the community section. I liked Miss Dynamite when she was out. She had like a couple of songs. She was cool. She was all right. I don't listen to Miss Dynamite on my daily, it's just not someone that I play, but I respect Miss Dynamite. I think she's definitely one of the best, I think, of all UK rap that I've heard. So there's that. There's Gigs. And then Dave. Maybe Dave is actually starting to come up a little bit. I like what Dave did on this tape. The song Incredible Sauce, I think he had the stronger verse on it. He's okay. I mean, he's, again, not someone that I would listen to. I've tried to listen to Dave in the past when he was kind of coming up, and I didn't find a song that hit me personally, but it's okay. Forgot to mention Kalashnikov, Jankroville. That was a cool song. It was all right. But again, UK rap is I struggle with UK rap, to be honest with you. But I'm going to get to it, okay? I know I have listening to do. You've been very kind, those in the comment section, of recommending some stuff. So I'm going to get to it, okay? But let's talk about Gigs a little bit. I think Gigs is sounding old a little bit on this, like geriatric in certain sense, almost kind of like an English gentleman, but older, and not like with energy, but almost like, okay, it's time, it's time to give you your porridge and pills and go to bed. I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful. I just wasn't feeling this. The beats, obviously, I always tell you the first thing I check for on any project when I'm listening to a record is the beat. If the beat ain't hitting, the song is never gonna hit. They may say some shit that's cool for a hot second, and you may be able to tolerate the song for like a month, 2 months, but in the long term, the beat is what makes the song. It's hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So if the beat's not there, it means it'll never be a thing. That's just my honest opinion. So of all the songs that I heard, the two that really stand out to me, and again, I say this loosely because I don't think neither of these songs are great anyway, was Man Them, which I posted before, the one with Diddy, and then Incredible Sauce. I think Incredible Sauce might actually be the best song overall on this particular tape with Dave. But other than that, and then By Chance with 21 Savage had a decent sort of flow from Gigs, but sadly enough, 21 Savage, I think, had the weaker verse. So the song just doesn't really take off for me either. Gigs has a line in here, and I'm all with my dogs. Yeah, we got peck hair, right? On on Incredible Sauce. It worked. Now, in terms of which is the bigger weed plate, okay? That's a tough one because Gigs has this line on here where he's like, please don't touch me because I'm cute and ticklish, right? That's one of the worst rhymes I've heard in a while. So, I mean, that almost made me go like, yeah, this might win the Weed Plate Award between this and the Quavo tape. But the Quavo tape has like absolutely no songs I'll revisit ever, okay? Don't remember anything Quavo said on any of that shit. So just by that alone, Quavo wins the bigger Weed Plate. Yeah, sorry guys. I mean, I can't really talk too much about something I don't give a fuck about. And it's not because I dislike the artists as people or anything like that. You already know how I give it up. It's just that the songs are mediocre. In fact, we'd call them trash if we're being honest. But I know what we are in this generation. We don't really keep it real. Anyone that says anything of dissent is considered a hater. Meanwhile, stuff continues to be mediocre or downright unlistenable. So Quavo wins. Shit is trash. If you want to check out between the two of them, I'd say check out Gigs and listen to the song Incredible Sauce. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever play it again. Gigs and Dave have a song prior to this, and I don't remember the title because that song itself, too, was okay. It was decent, but I posted in the community section, and I don't remember the name of the song. That's this generation, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to make them songs that people go, whoa, right? That are memorable. Like the whole shit works. It can't just be kind of put together, okay. It has to, like, the beat has to be fire, you know. And the rhyme, you know, the vocals have to be fire. The rhymes, and then we start to talk about something that really sticks in the brain and is memorable. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so it's still looking pretty weak this year. I haven't heard anything that's really hit me. I was playing that Amapiano record earlier. MajorLeagueDjz put that up. I don't know the name of the song. That song, it's okay. It's definitely one of the better songs I've heard this year, to be honest with you, because it's actually just music. It just sounds okay. So let's hip hop get back to making actual, like, bangers. You know what I'm saying? Get a decent beat for once. Like, really sit and, like, craft the beat, because the beat does the heavy lifting in rap. It really does. So create a great beat. Start there. Okay, I'm really interested to see who has the new sound, who's someone who is coming with something fresh. Even if you're going to do trap, are you doing trap in a way that's dope? Let's, like, at least stands out a little bit, right? Like, you don't have to necessarily reinvent the wheel and do some totally new style for me to like it. You can do what people have done in the past, but, you know, or what's current, but just do it well. It can't just be average. It can't just be basic. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's honestly the big problem with both of these albums. That's why they're weed plates. The production across the board is really lackluster and dull. And that's how it's going to end. And that's how it, you know, these projects, they don't go nowhere. All right? So that's my thoughts. Hope y'all enjoy. Let me know what you think. Peace and love as always.